A shocking new twist in the Joan Rivers death case. Sources are saying that an unauthorized procedure, a biopsy on her vocal cords, may have been begun on the comedian while she was sedated. Reportedly, as the unauthorized biopsy got underway, it may have caused her vocal cords to swell, cutting off her oxygen and putting her in cardiac arrest. But the strange developments don't stop there. Sources also claim that while the comedian was under anesthesia, a doctor took a selfie with her.
So obviously, there's appropriate and inappropriate behaviors. I mean, a lot presumably went wrong that day.
Well, there were a lot of things going on there. Number one, the question, Joan Rivers, 81 years old, should this have been done in an outpatient surgical facility and not done in the hospital with better backup and monitoring? And then, number two, she was not consented for this biopsy. We don't know that the biopsy necessarily caused that airway to constrict, so-called laryngospasm, but it may have. And then finally, the biggest thing is distractions in the OR. You don't go taking pictures. You don't go taking selfies. You don't create.
This is just a really bad rumor. I mean, could you imagine a colleague of yours doing something like this?
No.
As a celebrity,
it's a huge HIPAA violation, and it breaks up.
But I want to hit on two things, Drew, that you mentioned. And this is potentially life-saving for people to understand at home. In the OR, you and I are filling out surgical consents all the time because we operate all the time. There are unexpected findings that will come up in the course of a surgery, particularly one that's diagnostic, and that's okay as long as it says on the consent all indicated procedures. Now, if a consent doesn't say that and the patient doesn't have an understanding for what that may mean, that's a problem. And when you talk about behavior in the OR, like we're hearing now, and I agree with Rachel, I hope that's not true. This, I think, segues into what's called the VIP syndrome, which is you have a celebrity, high-profile patient, and all of a sudden the doctor takes their eye off the ball, and it becomes more about the doctor than the patient, and that is wrong.
Well, we've been talking all day long about how the minute you fail to realize that every time someone's under sedation, they are at risk for death. And that's what starts happening. When you're taking pictures,
that's such an important point.
It's too comfortable.
We're trained as surgeons. I think one of our biggest skill sets is focus and not being distracted. This was what people consider a relatively simple procedure, an upper GI endoscopy. Well, guess what?
Things can happen.
Things can happen.
Oh, and not only that,
it's a gastroenterologist.
Someone in their 80s on your table. Isn't there a certain extra amount of care that you guys would take, thinking, this person is 80, they have this health history. I need to really babysit this situation.
An 80-year-old cardiovascularly, even one who appears in perfect health, starts to act their age very quickly when things go wrong, and they almost become like a child.
And we need to clarify, we don't know what happened that day, but the one thing we do know is that unequivocally, if you're going in to get a procedure performed, particularly if it involves sedation, you make sure you go to a group or a place with doctors you trust, and you know that they're going to be focused on one thing and one thing only, and that is taking care of you, the patient. Hey, I'm Dr. Travis Stork. Press here to subscribe to the doctor's YouTube channel and press here to help reduce tension.